Getting on the interstate. It's Monday, April 10th, 2017. Not a very long video today, just an update. I know I had mentioned in the past that our car was being fixed. The air conditioner hadn't been working. The little button that you push, like the little snowflake, the light that comes on with it wasn't staying on. It was just blinking like 3 times and then going back off. And it wasn't getting cold. So we assumed there was a leak. I had the mechanic fix the hose, and the light still didn't stay on, it still didn't get cold. So now there's like this hissing noise every time we turn it on. It makes this hissing noise, and so I looked it up, and it seems like this is a common problem with not only the make and model of my car, but the make and model of several similar cars. We drive a 2010 Chevy Traverse, and if you've watched any television lately, you've seen countless, like in the past couple of years even, countless TV commercials saying how Chevy is like the top rated in performance and safety and reliability and all these things. And that's not the case with this car. We've had it for about 2 years. I mean, we're happy with it. It drives great. It rides great. But there's a couple of issues. Like, and I mean, some of them are simple things. Like, the little toggle for the side view mirrors doesn't work. It worked when we got it. Stopped working like a couple weeks later. And that could be just something as simple as a fuse, and I just haven't checked it yet. And then the air conditioner is the big one. We just spent over $400 to have this hose put in. And I talked about this in a previous video, or in an earlier video, but charging $80 an hour? $80 an hour for labor. Now, I get that that's probably cheaper than some other mechanics that charge like $150 an hour, $200 an hour. But, I mean, it took them 3 hours to put this hose in our car. The hose itself cost about $102 or something like that. And the labor was $240 for 3 hours work. Like I said, should have been a mechanic. Because you can't get paid like that anywhere. $80 an hour? Forget it. But anyway, we paid $400, and we were expecting to at least, for the light to stay on. I didn't have them put any Freon in it to make it cold, because I can do that myself. But I shouldn't be hearing that hissing sound, for sure. And the light should stay on if the system is working properly, if it's running correctly. So we're going to take it back to him. And actually, in my research, what I found out is that any car of this type, this like larger SUV type, before 2011, I think it said, had this problem with what's called the evaporator, which I guess is inside the dash of the car. And in order to get that fixed or even looked at, you have to remove the entire dash, and it's like 10 hours of labor charge. And so that's like double what we paid for the hose just in labor, plus the parts. And obviously the time without a car is inconvenient too. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there. I thought about like writing to Chevy's corporate office and just being like, hey, this is on you. Several cars have had this problem. There should have been a recall on this part if it's not lasting. Our car is not past 100,000 miles, first of all. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of close, but even still, like, car should be dependable for at least 100,000 miles. My car that I'm driving currently, without any trouble, is almost at 140,000. It's a Chrysler, by the way. Shout out to Chrysler. Chevy, on the other hand, and I don't know, I haven't tried really any solutions yet, but I would hope that they would be on the up and up enough to fix this for us. Like, part it out, at least pay maybe like half the cost if they're feeling a little stingy, but if they're feeling generous, they gotta cover the whole bill. I mean, if there's been a ton of complaints, I mean, I saw lots of them like a couple hundred of them, complaining about cars from that time period and that same similar type of car. Like there was Buick Enclaves and other Chevy Traverses, Chevy Equinox. So there's 2 Chevys right there, and like just other cars like before 2011, like a couple of like 07s and then some 09s and then 2010s like mine that were having this problem, and they were paying hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars to have these cars fixed. And I'm like, I'm almost tempted to just see what the trade-in value is and get a different one. Like, I don't want to go through that whole process of buying a car again. I bought this car with the intent of driving it for several years, not just a couple of them. And I guess that just kind of speaks to the mentality of America right now, is if something breaks, you don't fix it, you replace it. And that's not how it should be. You should want to fix the thing you have because you put time and effort into purchasing or building or finding that item. Why would you want to just trash it? If we hold on to things longer, it saves us more money, saves us time, saves room in the landfills. I guess, yeah, my mentality is kind of like Chris Pratt in Passengers, is if something breaks, you fix it until you can't fix it anymore. Then you replace it. And I'm not going to go drive around in a car with duct tape holding it together and I have to stick a paddle out the window every time I want to go in reverse or something. No, I'm not going to do that. But if the car drives and operates and does what it's intended to do, I mean, if I have to, replace a fuse here or there, or put in a new headlight once in a while, or maybe even a fan belt somewhere. I mean, they make these spare parts for a reason. They make them accessible for a reason, to fix them. So, we're going to try to get our car fixed. I would really like to try to have it done before Mary Jane goes to Arizona, because it's going to be a very uncomfortable ride with a 1-year-old and a 50-some-year-old and Mary Jane, and I would feel very sorry for her if they didn't have air conditioning for this trip. Obviously, we could look at other options, like she could take my car, which the air conditioning works great, it's just smaller. It's just a 4-door sedan, whereas hers is a 3-row, 4-wheel drive SUV. Like, you want to take the car that offers more comfort. But if it's not as reliable, then it's not as reliable. So that's where we're at today. That's the update on the car situation. I have a lot more things that came up in my mind over the weekend to talk about this week. So, I'm still winging it. Like today, I was going to talk about needing new glasses, but I changed my mind to talk about the car. So it's not like I'm pre-planning or scripting these things out. It's still off the top of my head, but I just have a few ideas rattling around in there. So we'll see what happens this afternoon. Bye-bye.